Hey everyone, it's Dorothy with crazyforcrust.com. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to make one of my favorite holiday traditions, cutout sugar cookies. We make these every Christmas Eve and my daughter requires it. We love them. They're so buttery and sweet and soft and easy. No piping bags, just frosting and cookies and sprinkles. You're not going to want to miss this recipe. I've been making these sugar cookies for probably 20 years. They are soft and a little bit crisp on the outside. They hold their shape when they're baking, and they're perfect for decorating. If you love delicious desserts, be sure to subscribe to my channel. Now let's get baking. We're gonna start these cookies with 2 sticks or 1 cup of unsalted butter. Now this recipe uses powdered sugar, not granulated sugar, which gives a nice, soft and fluffy cookie. So to the butter, you're gonna add powdered sugar. And to this, we're just gonna add the rest of our ingredients. 1 large egg, baking soda and cream of tartar, that's for leavening, salt, vanilla extract, almond extract, and flour. Now you can skip the almond extract if you don't like it. I absolutely love the flavor of almond, so I always add it to my sugar cookies, but go ahead and skip it. You could just add a little bit more vanilla if you want. Because the mixing bowl is kind of full and we just added everything in, I like to cover my stand mixer with a kitchen towel because I don't have a flour guard on mine. It keeps all the ingredients inside the bowl and doesn't end up all over my kitchen. Go ahead and mix that until a nice cookie dough forms. It's just gonna take a couple of minutes. Once the dough's all mixed up, you're gonna divide it in half. Now, this is where I differ about making sugar cookies than a lot of other people. A lot of recipes that you read are going to have you divide the dough in half and chill it, and then when it's cold, roll it out and cut it. But I don't like doing that because for me, rolling out chilled dough is hard. It ends up cracking and it's uneven. I find it much easier to roll dough when it's room temperature. So what I do is I take each half of my cookie dough and I'm gonna roll it out between sheets of wax paper. And then I'm gonna chill it. 1, the chill time is way faster, and 2, it's super easy to roll out. Lay a sheet of wax paper on your counter and put half the dough on top. You're gonna press it down a little bit and then add another sheet of wax paper. Now is when you're gonna take your rolling pin and you're gonna roll it out to about 1/4 of an inch thick. Now, one tip, one thing I like to do because the wax paper will get a little bit like creased inside when you're rolling it out, and it will stick to the wax paper, the dough, because it is warm. So what I like to do about halfway through is I lift up the top piece of wax paper and then put it back down, flip it over, and do the same thing. And that ensures that it's an even roll and it's not gonna stick. Once you have both halves of cookie dough rolled out between the wax paper sheets, put them on a cookie sheet and put them in the refrigerator. And you're gonna wanna chill these until they're nice and firm. It's probably just gonna take about 30 minutes or so. You can even do this overnight. I usually on Christmas Eve, we always make sugar cookies. So I always make the dough the day before and leave it in the fridge overnight. However you wanna do it is totally fine. But you wanna make sure that it's super cold before you press out with your cookie cutters. Now that I have both of my cookie dough halves rolled out and in the fridge, I'm gonna make the frosting. Add 1/2 cup of butter, which is 1 stick, to your mixing bowl. Make sure that it's room temperature softened, and add half the powdered sugar. We're using a total of 4 cups of powdered sugar for this, so you add about 2 cups of powdered sugar to the mixer. Now again, I'm gonna use my trick for covering the mixer. Go ahead and turn it on low, just to let the butter kind of get a little bit crumbly with the powdered sugar. And then after about a minute or so, go ahead and add some salt, vanilla, and the rest of the powdered sugar. And then continue mixing until it gets nice and crumbly. At this point, you're gonna wanna add milk. Now I'm using non-fat milk. You could use whole milk, you could use cream, however you want. Just go ahead, you're gonna add between 1 and 3 tablespoons. And add enough milk that it's spreadable. So this is gonna be frosting you're gonna be spreading onto the top of the cookies with like a butter knife. And so you wanna make sure that the frosting is spreadable so it doesn't rip the cookies. So 2 to 3 tablespoons of milk is probably perfect. Once your frosting is done, go ahead and just set it aside, clean up the kitchen, get out your sprinkles, preheat your oven, and then we're going to start baking our cookies. My tip for cookie cutters is to make sure that you group sizes. So don't use like one huge one and one little tiny one. You wanna make sure that the cookie cutters are all kind of either a uniform size or that you have a batch of big ones and a batch of small ones. Because you don't want to bake a small cookie with a big one because the small one will be done first. So you want to make sure and have a little bit of a strategy so that you can bake all the same size cookies at the same time. Go ahead, I like to nest the cookie cutters so I have as little re-rolling of dough as possible. Cut out your shapes and place them on your cookie sheet. Now through this process, the dough will have warmed up. If you want to prevent your dough from spreading, it's really important that you chill the cookies again. So I just pop the cookies back in the refrigerator for probably 5 to 10 minutes. It'll firm that dough right back up and then pop them in the oven. These bake in about probably 6 to 10 minutes. It really depends on the size and thickness of your cookie. Just watch them because you don't want them to get overdone. As soon as they start to have that little tiny bit of golden brown on the bottom, your cookies are completely done. You can re-roll this dough as many times as you want. Make sure to chill it in between. Make sure to chill it before you bake it. Once you have all your cookies baked, let them cool, and then it's time to frost and have some fun. Even though sometimes the holidays are super stressful, there's a couple things that I always look forward to, and one of them is decorating sugar cookies on Christmas Eve. We've been doing it since my daughter was little. Now she's 14. She expects it. She doesn't want to help make the cookies. She just wants to help decorate them. Usually my mom gets involved. Sometimes my husband does. And it's just really fun way of starting off the Christmassy spirit on Christmas Eve. I am a self-proclaimed sprinkle addict, so I have all different kinds of sprinkles, shapes, colors, sizes. You can find Christmas sprinkles or any kind of sprinkles like this at any grocery store in the baking aisle. They have all different colors now. At the holidays, they get the holiday colors. If you want to get a little bit more elaborate, head over to Michael's or Joann's or one of those places, or even Amazon. I buy a lot of sprinkles on Amazon. Just have fun with it. You can decorate these however you want. They don't have to be perfect. These are not royal icing cookies that are going to be the perfectly piped. This is the fun kind of cookie that the kids can get involved with, and it's really easy and simple. I love adding sprinkles and that buttercream icing. The sprinkles stick to it. It's so much fun. The kids love these cookies, I promise. They're always the first ones to disappear. They're crunchy. They're crunchy around the edges, soft on the inside. The cookie itself isn't super sweet. It has that little bit of almond flavor, but the frosting makes the cookie. The combination is perfect. I love the crunchy sprinkles on the outside. This is the perfect Christmas cookie. I know you're gonna love them. Easy, fast, fun. I'm gonna enjoy my cookie. Go ahead and keep watching.